What's going on, 49er faithful, 49er fan, 49er gang? This your boy 49er Dion here, back with another video. So definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, turn on those post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. With that being said, we're gonna get right into it, man. I got a very, very special guest. I saw last time I had my boy Rolls Royce on here. I have had my boy John V come on. So I figured it was different. We would switch it up and we would bring a 49er lady in to go ahead and help us out here because, us guys, we're always talking football. It's a constant thing. But at the end of the day, we're not the only fans. There are female 49er fans out there, and they are in abundance. So without further ado, we're going to bring in Sonia, how you doing?
What's up?
There we go. So Sonia, if you guys do not know, is one of our 49er faithfuls. Found her on Twitter, and Sonia has one of the best products on the market here. Let me just go ahead and give y'all a little visual right
Oh my God.
Tell y'all what we're talking about, baby. Like, this is how you go to your game. I'm going to give it a little bit of light, though. Like, this is how you go to the game. You can think about it. If they allowed us in the stands, Sonya would be a millionaire by now. Because look at this right here. Look at that. I'm telling y'all right now, and I like Fred Warner. This is obviously a Navarro Bowman jersey. You see she got the Nick Bosa joint on. But look at this mask right here. And it's perfectly breathable. I can work out in this mask. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? You wear it. It's fashionable. You rep your squad. There is nothing that you can't do while you have this mask on. And as you can see, you can hear me clearly. The best thing for me is that it's breathable. You know what I'm saying? Material is nice. Fits right around the ears very well. You don't have that nasty tug and pull. When you take it out, you feel like you want to rip your ear off. This is just a great mask, and this is her product that she came up with. So just showing y'all exactly what mine is fresh. I don't know about all y'all other ones. Mine is fly still.
I might have your own pretty good,
But yeah, man, this is just a little bit to give her a little bit of a platform. So Sonia, how did you get into making these masks?
Honestly, it's really weird how it came about because I use a Cricut machine to actually cut the vinyl and make them. And around my birthday, so this summer, I just had this idea, you know what? This sports are coming up, football's back, let's make masks. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun just connecting with everybody and actually making them. It's been a good time.
Yeah. And I mean, as you can see, people love them. You know what I'm saying? My boy John V is in here. My buddy Matt's in here. We'll have a couple more people probably coming. There's at least a few people watching. But, it's the perfect thing for this time frame with, coronavirus and everything. It's a way to rep your team, and it's a way to stay safe at the same time. Outside of your social distancing and all that stuff, it gives you the opportunity to be as fresh and as fly as possible. But the thing is, guys, Sonia's not just repping just for the Niners. She's repping for the Bay. If you guys out there are any type of Bay Area fan, she got you because her Warrior masks are straight fire. I'm not a Warrior fan by any stretch of the imagination, but the Warrior masks are straight up dope. What's up, Jay? But, just so you know, man, Sonia, plug your stuff, plug your Twitter, plug your Etsy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, by all means, exactly like John V said in the comments, she's keeping us safe, So you can credit her for helping you stay safe during COVID and not catch it, what I'm saying? And look fly while you're doing it. So you can't be mad at it.
Exactly. So if you don't know, my Twitter is A Special Sonia. I'm there. I have my Etsy link there. You can find me on Etsy at Vinyl Fairy Studio. And I kind of just have a lot going on over there. I have Niner stuff, I have Giant stuff, Warrior stuff just dropped a couple weeks ago. Super excited about that. What else? Baseball's coming up, so I'm going to have some Giant stuff for sure. I might even mix some A stuff in there. I know some of you guys are Oakland fans. And also I can do custom ones. I made a bunch of college ones last week. So that was really fun. I love making custom stuff. If you want to hit me up in the DMs, feel free. I'm ready to collab with you.
Yeah, John B said he gonna need a Browns piece, and that's for his wife. His wife is a Browns
Oh.
fan. I don't know if she gonna help me out with that one. That's bad.
Niners stuff, what's going on?
Yeah. And see, but see, me and John have to have one thing in common. My wife is a Cowboys fan, so you know, yeah, she been nice to me. She been taking it easy on me because of what
Right, well, I
happened.
mean, she's had a rough season too.
Yeah,
So,
she been real. My wife is real good to me. She didn't really beat me down too much. She just kind of gave me the little side eye, like, we just beat you, right? So I'm very fortunate and I can appreciate that. But yeah, me and John, we were on with the Shat Club, and those guys are awesome, man. They're over in the UK, and we showed them the mask, and they saw this stuff, So I don't know if you ship internationally or not.
not yet. I need to figure it out because I've had several people ask, like, do you ship to Canada, Germany, like Australia? I wish. I just need to figure out how to do it.
I'm telling you, like, you thought of one of the most lucrative things in the world. Look, Mom, y'all, look, everybody here. Okay, so my mother is comment, and she has asked you for a mask like mine that has the Saints logo on it.
So I could do that. It would actually look really nice, to be honest, because the masks are black with that gold. It would pop.
It would look really good. Actually, it would. But we're not doing that in here, okay?
Mom, right, not today. Not today.
Because look, all right. We know you going to the playoffs. With Drew Brees and his broken ribs.
That's right.
But yeah, man. Like, when did you become a Niner fan? How did all that happen?
Honestly, it was kind of like I grew up in San Diego, so I'm not blessed enough to say like I grew up a Niner fan, even though I wish I was. I grew up in San Diego. My dad was a Charger fan. I grew up kind of like not super into football. I was playing softball and kind of doing my own thing. But I would say around like sophomore year of high school, like at that time, the Chargers were like rumored to be leaving to LA. So it's like I don't really want to root for a team that's not even going to be loyal to their fan base, which like in San Diego, they were diehard Charger fans. Like even up till a couple years ago, there were like bolts everywhere. So once like they started rumoring about leaving, I was kind of like over them. And then honestly, I was kind of just over football in general, but I ended up joining a fantasy team or a fantasy league with my cousins. And that kind of like got me back into like watching players and stuff like that. And I would say my sophomore year, I went up to San Francisco, and that's kind of when I fell in love with the city and with the Giants. And then like it only made sense to also be a Niner fan too at that point. So it's been like ever since then.
Oh, okay. Well, that's real good. That's real good. Now, you said sophomore and junior, so you must be very young.
No. Like I would say that was probably back 2004, 2005.
Okay, yeah. You still okay. What is it? Jay gets it. I can't deal with John B right now. He in the comments over here talking about having drink. But it's definitely hard. Matt, don't be shooting on the Charger fans now, Matt. Calm down.
I mean, they are distinct in San Diego, though. Like there's no one.
Well, because of the loyalty thing, like you stated. I have a buddy of mine. He's like a brother to me. My boy Aaron. He's been a Charger fan ever since I've known him. And the one thing I can tell you is like he has a junior say out jersey. That thing is faded. And when I'm talking, you can barely see the numbers. He still has it.
Wow.
Like he's still a Charger fan to this day. He never gave up on him. But yeah, a lot of people were very upset when they left for Los Angeles in SoFi Stadium. And don't get me wrong, I did a virtual tour before that thing opened. That's beautiful stadium.
It looks gorgeous. Like, I drove by it and it's like humongous.
If people think AT&T Stadium is nice, you need to go to SoFi. That stadium, beautiful. But once they let fans in there, that's just gonna be even better, man. That place will definitely be rocking. So John B said he'll buy a sleeping bag for real. I don't know about you making those sleeping bags. God, I'm killing me, man. But the other thing is when it comes to football, So we as men, we all get wrapped up in it. You know what I'm saying? We get crazy. We go insane. Me and John B, we have stress headaches after every game because we go insane. Um, so I know there's Mariah, there's Gina repping the Bay. You got Tina, she's on there too. All of those ladies, they're there. So for me, it's great to see another female 49er fan out there, and then at the same time, somebody who's doing something to be able to help us be able to rep our team in such an amazing way. And then at the same time, that's a lucrative business for me. It's a very lucrative business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I'm not going to talk to you about numbers and figures because that's your business, not mine. But I see that you are selling them for a good rate, and you should be good to go. You definitely should be really good to go as far as that is concerned with those because I know I bought them, and I'll probably have to purchase a couple more because I know my daughter wants one.
Oh, that's awesome. I think it just kind of, I don't know, like it was just nice to bring something good out of 2020. Like this year's been rough, like for everybody in every way. But it's been nice to actually have something that's mine and like that people like people actually like it. And that just makes me happy.
Oh, yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, because I saw the reviews and whatnot, and I mean, I got it. And my wife looked and she was like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" I was like, "Oh, it's somebody I know on Twitter. She makes these masks." And she was like, "Oh, okay, well, dang, all right, that's cool." She was like, "See, I should have thought of something like that." She was like, "She's smart." Yeah. It's definitely a smart idea for the time to be able to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So, do you closely follow our 49er football, or are you more so just from a distance?
Wow. I'm almost offended. Offended?
I have to ask because sometimes people just watch and they don't, I don't know.
No, I do follow the team like pretty well. The only thing I guess I would say is like I'm not so like I don't follow players outside of our team. So like I know we just signed Josh Rosen today from like the freaking Bucks practice squad. I don't really know anything about him. I hope that he brings something better than what we've seen recently. But that's my main thing. I think like I know the team, but like players outside of the team, I don't know them. I don't need to know them. They're relevant. Like I just only need to know our guys.
See, look at that, y'all. That shows that this person right here understands their fanhood. You see, I'm just a football guy in general, so I know about other teams, other players, all of that stuff. If you ever, take a little bit of time out of your day, you'll see I can go on rants for days. I talk about other players, I talk about other teams, but I mainly keep it 49ers. And the beauty of it is when it comes to like you just dropped that right there. We all found that out today, but you dropped that. That's one of the topics that I'm definitely going to speak on because Josh Rosen is a quarterback out of UCLA. Josh Rosen was the 10th pick in the draft in the 2018 draft. He got picked up by the Cardinals. And if you remember, Josh Rosen broke us off every time we played.
Right.
He beat us. And it was bad, man, And that's the case. Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and put that up there for everybody to see. John B out here, man. He out here showing out. John B said I was at Best Buy today, and a guy ran up on me asking me about my mask, so I ran from his ass. All right, John. You look, man. You got here. John is a character, man. I'm telling you, like it. He'll have me dying. So if you know about the team, we have a dude on the team by the name of River Craycraft. I had posted on Twitter when we signed this kid. First thing John B puts in the comments is, "What is that, a boat or something?" I'm like, "Oh, God, you really out here doing this right now, man." Nah, this is a wide receiver. He was like, "I'm just saying, it's River Craycraft. Put two and two together, it works." So he is always hilarious, man. He's definitely funny. But yes, we did sign Josh Rosen because we ain't got no damn quarterbacks.
That's for damn sure.
Josh Johnson went on the COVID list, so now we're stuck without him. And Nick Mullins possibly could need Tommy John surgery, which is actually mostly associated with baseball. That pitchers. to, increase the longevity in their arm. But, pitchers have it a heck of a lot harder than football. Hey, what's going on, Cinnamon? Pitchers have it a heck of a lot harder in baseball because they're throwing 100-mile-an-hour pitches versus, you throw a ball, you're not moving that fast. What's going on, Roy boy? But give me just 1 second. All right. I am so sorry. I am the chef in the house here, so make sure the dinner stay right for the wife. So for a couple people, anybody who just joined us, we were definitely promoting Miss Sonia here. You can catch her on Twitter at a special Sonia. Um, these are her masks that she makes for us 49er fans, which are absolutely fantastic. Once again, you can see it. I got the 54 for Fred Warner. You got the metallic SF logo here. These things are comfortable. These things are perfect to wear. Oh, you got a blanket just like mine, huh, Cinnamon? Yeah, that blanket, Cinnamon, actually came from my mom. My mom lives in LA, and I'm out here in Arizona, so she bought me this blanket and sent it over here. But yeah, man, we just try to give her shine a little bit of light on what she does. But definitely, appreciate you taking the time out to even come in and hang with us tonight. As far as the show. Wait, what is Roy Boy saying? Oh, he's trying to get his Bluetooth in his car. He couldn't hear.
Oh.
Sometimes you driving, man, you got to get out there and doing stuff, especially when people go live. Cause see, before you sent your mask, this is what I was wearing, and this is only because
John needs to stop.
John, I swear to God, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna tell your wife you stop these comments, John.
I mean, they feel comfortable. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, but John, you got those are private requests, sir. John, we can't be asking questions like that. These people, we grown in here. Yes, that's Cole explains who it was. So see, I got this mask, and my wife bought me this one. And this one is what I usually truthfully work out in. Is an Under Armour mask.
That's nice.
You know what I'm saying? And this one is cool because this is super breathable. It's comfortable as well. And then I got yours, and I've been using that one. But if you notice something on that mask, there's a little emblem that's that Brahma Bull. That's for the Rock. That's the only reason I wanted it. Because I'm a Johnson, he's a Johnson, and, Johnson just breed greatness. It's just what it is. So we're just very, very comfortable with that. But we're just glad to have you on, have you, out here, showcasing those masks and giving you a moment to shine.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come on.
Yeah, we appreciate having you here, just to be able to, take a little bit of time out of your day. I know everybody gets busy; they have their own things to do. I have to say I'm proud that you are out there doing that. It's just great to have an entrepreneurial spirit, or as we say out in, out in California and in the streets, a hustling spirit. Because everybody got to have their own hustle. And you got to respect everybody's hustle. They grind and what they do. What you're doing at the same time, you got to think about it from a different standpoint of, you blessing people with the gift to be able to cover their face and say, help save themselves from this ridiculous disease that we all can't wait till it goes away. It is driving me absolutely insane. I hope next year we get back to normal and we can do regular stuff, because I definitely planned on going to a game this year. And
same.
They're out here in Arizona, but they're only allowing so many fans, and trying to get into them games is like trying to break into Fort Knox. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Tickets are outrageous, and it's really hard. The beauty of Texas when we were there was there were 49 fans in stands, because we're deep. I live in Arizona, and I can tell you right now, we're everywhere. You would not think that there was Cardinal fans here. Like, it's crazy
Do they
because
exist? I'm just kidding.
I mean, right, no rings, none, and that's the main thing. Like even though they look good, and I have to say this because we are definitely at the end of the season. We got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Those are our last two games. I don't see us winning the game.
Right.
Unfortunately, now don't get me wrong. I would love to win both games and mess off their playoff seeding. I would really love to beat both of them badly. But we just the way we playing and the way this offense looking, this ain't gonna cut it.
Right. And now is Rosen gonna start this week? Like who's starting for us? Or it's Beathard. Beathard. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all know what happened the last time.
Less than 2 minutes last game, and he made stuff happen. So, like, I don't know. I feel like we rode too long with Mullins. Like, we've seen that, like, just.
We rode we rode way too long. Right? Like, it was a situation for me where I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, what is Kyle doing? And I said this in the previous show. So, I personally feel like Kyle is trying to showcase Nick Mullins to be able to get a big draft pick for him, because the way it works is Nick Mullins next year technically is what you call an exclusive rights free agent. So because he doesn't have a full 3 years in the league, he can't be an unrestricted free agent. So what we could do is basically we can sign him to a contract. Nobody else can negotiate with him. But see, if he looks good, even if we don't make the playoffs, we can get a nice draft pick for him. Now, here's the issue. Earlier in the season, when the phone calls were coming in, John Lynch was ignoring them, going, nah, man, we might need him. And here we are, we needed him. And now you see what he really is. So those draft picks that they might have been at, hey, John, we'll give you a fourth, make you a third. Somebody might have called and said, we'll give you a second. Now they're talking about, yeah, we'll give you a seventh or sixth.
Right.
If it fits, we have to see how he plays. But now him being out
the rest we can get at this point.
And then this season has just been injury ravaged. Like we ACLs, high ankle sprains. Like it's just been a bane of our existence. And it's just,
right. I feel like I hate it when people use injuries as an excuse, but like we've been so depleted, like the most out of any team that I've seen recently.
And no, we had no hope. We had no hope. See, we can't use that as an excuse because it's the truth. That's the issue.
Right.
Like really are stuck. There's nothing that we can do. Like we are down to everything. How do you lose two starting defensive linemen in one game?
Like two plays, like one play, back play. The next play, bam.
Like, Nick went down. I was like, oh God, don't tell me that's an ACL. And then they came out, and Nick Bosa tore his ACL. Oh Jesus. Okay. Right. Solomon goes down. Well, all right. That's the end of Solomon's career in 49er land. Won't see him anymore. And then with the Cowboys, man, like the game that we played was just bad. Nick Mullins was just a turnover machine, And then the onside kick. What is that?
I don't even want to relive that. Like that just makes me mad.
How? I sit here and I stick to myself. I say, how in the hell did you? First of all, onside kicks, from what I used to see back in the day when I watched football, you were trying to bounce it off the ground to get it in the air to go at least the 10 yards that it needs to go for you to actually have a chance of getting the ball. Now you just kicking it on the ground, and there's a high probability that somebody's going to pick that ball up. CeeDee Lamb picked that ball up. And you know what CeeDee Lamb did? CeeDee Lamb became, I think, the third or fourth fastest player as far as running with the ball, according to Next Gen Stats. The man hit 20 miles an hour when he scored that touchdown. He was running 20 miles an hour.
I'm just reading John's comment. Sorry.
No, because John off the chain.
Honestly, same. I was ready to be admitted that day. I was.
We was all hurt. Yeah, we definitely was, because we were doing a live stream when that happened. We watched the whole game live, and it was all bad. But basically, the next thing that happens is you look at it, and we're running the ball well. What happens? Raheem re-enters that high ankle sprain, and I'm like, why did we even play the dude? What was the point? And
Well, that's
John was,
something that scares me about Kittle, like possibly coming back. I don't want him to come back. Like, it's not worth it. For what? For
Kittle
what?
we ain't making the playoffs. George Kittle needs
Exactly.
to tell
There's
something
no
bad.
reason he should come back.
And Jimmy don't need to. He needed to keep looking at the field from the sideline. You know what, Kyle? I watched his presser today. You know what Kyle said?
Oh, no.
Kyle said that, I don't want the players to think there's favoritism because if he's healthy, why isn't he out there playing? Okay. So, number one, you saying that because you have to. Because you can't tell me out of all these players on these damn teams that I think it's 32 teams in the league, you can't tell me that these players don't understand there's preferential treatment for some guys. They know. You really think Jimmy G don't get special treatment? I'll be good goddamn if he doesn't.
Right.
He's the quarterback. Quarterback get preferential treatment all the time. Quarterbacks get the biggest contracts, and they are not always the biggest impact players. Every time. In the MVP race every year, who is it? Quarterback. You don't see running backs get no love. You don't see a lineman getting love. You don't see a cornerback. You don't see a wide. You might catch a wide receiver, maybe, but you got to have ridiculous stats. You really think these players don't think they know that there's preferential treatment? This is George Kittle. We just paid this man a shitload of money. And you going to tell me if he's healthy, we're going to put him in against the Cardinals? To do what? Have C.J. Beathard put him in an awkward spot and Buda Baker go back at his knee again and then he's right back on the –
Oh, my God.
I tell you right now, the only people playing would be the people that's already been playing. I'd look at George and tell him, George, I love you. I know that you're one of those guys. You like to fight. If we could have told you could go next week after that injury, you probably would have.
I mean, if it's up to him, he would have been back like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. George thinks he's a Terminator. He thinks he's Mr. Invincible. The man plays with a torn labrum. And he said he ain't never getting it fixed until he retires from football. So, he plays through injuries, and we can appreciate that, but when we don't have anything for you to play for, it doesn't make sense.
No, not at all. Not at all. That would be the worst thing if he were to come back and get injured for literally no reason, and then you have to just carry it into next season because he's still recovering. Like, how stupid. That is just stupid.
And the commentators and the Stephen A. Smiths and the Max Kellermans of the world, they'd have a field day with that. They'd have a field day. It would just be stupid because everybody be looking at you going, why'd you put him in? What was the reason behind it? So you see that, and then that happens, and you're like, wow, this is what's really going on. Eric Armstead decides to show up randomly. He winds up with 2 sacks, and we like, where the hell you been all year?
Right. It was nice to see, but where was he?
Don't get me wrong. I like the sacks. I can appreciate it, but we need a couple of those. They're way, way, way back in the season. So it just didn't make sense. And then the other thing is, I honestly thought we were tanking on offense and the defense didn't get the memo. Because the defense has been playing out lights out as much as they possibly could, but the offense just ain't been putting them in good position. When we played the Bills, and I have to say this lightly, we played the Bills. Sonia, we had 19 offensive possessions. 19. We scored 15 points.
That's pathetic.
You had the ball. You scored. What? No, look, I understand defenses are good, but ain't nobody that damn good.
Right.
There ain't no way. You can't have the ball 19 times and then score 15 points. That just – at that point, you just got to stop and ask yourself, what am I doing? I'm sorry. If my quarterback has the ball 19 times and we only scored 15 points, my quarterback's getting his ass on the bench and the backup's going in.
Right.
I'm not wasting no more time. Because what did Kyle do with that? Kyle did the same thing he always does. Well, Nick Miller's on the scoring side, so it gave him a little bit more of a leash. Nick led you on one scoring drive, and you got your ass handed to you by the Buffalo Bills. Not to say the Bills aren't a good team, because they're really good this year. Mm-hmm. And they're actually going to take that division, which has been held hostage by Bill Belichick and his ridiculous scowl and them damn cut off hoodies that he wears. But it don't make sense. You know, I mean, and this was the Cowboys. Just to cap it off to show you how bad our season was going, it was this simple. We were supposed to be the primetime game.
Right. Honestly, I feel like they should have just kept them there, to be honest. Like, imagine the viewership.
We were Sunday night football.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of our spot by a team that has never won an NFL Super Bowl. They don't want it. They won an NFL, like NFC. When it was just the NFL, not NFC and AFC combined. They have not won a suit. They won just the regular one because they had Jim Brown, the Browns, Baker Mayfield, who got more commercials than he do win. That man on every progressive commercial you can think of. We got kicked out of the limelight by the damn Browns. And this is two storied franchises who had a big rivalry in the past. Everybody knows the 49ers and the Cowboys traded. We got so many players to play for us. There's Ken Norton Jr. You had Dion. There's a variety of different dudes that were there with us, but we got two franchises that have 5 rings. You know, we dominated the 80s. They dominated the 90s. You know, we get kicked out of the spotlight by Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb. His last name is Chubb. Come on now.
Like where's John at? John has something to say. I already know.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he said it right there. He said, "Please don't remind me, fam. I had to watch this and be supportive." You know, because that's his wife's team. It is.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
No, it is, man. Happy wife, happy life. You can't, you got to do that. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's either that or the couch is gonna become your best friend. You feel smart. But yeah, John put it there too. You know, we haven't won against Dallas since 2013 when we had Colin Kaepernick. You know, and that man's still sitting on the bench. You know, he ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody picked him up. And I speak to Niner fans very frequently, a lot of fans. And I told people before, I said he will never play in the NFL again. And a lot of people look at me and they go, why? And I said, is it right? No. But I'll tell you exactly why. I'm just going to be real simple, real 100 on here. Everybody knows me. I'm raw on my show. I say exactly how I feel. And none of what I say is to offend people. Them old white men ain't going to let Colin Kaepernick back in this league. They not. Those old billionaires, they don't care. You know, and I don't think the term should be blackballed. It's got to be whiteball. Because there wasn't nobody black that did nothing to him.
Right.
The man did what he did. He stood up. He became a martyr, and he chose that over his NFL career. And don't get me wrong, Colin Kaepernick is doing very damn well. Mm-hmm. Nike has paid that man a lot of money. He's got a lot of things going for himself. So he ain't hurting for money. He might be hurting because he's not playing the game that he loves, but he ain't hurting for no money. I tell you that much. But, you know, the hard thing is just his loss to Dallas. I was like, no. I want another friend that I grew up with. I've known this kid since the 5th grade, man. He was my elementary school bully. And in junior high, we became friends. And it's crazy. I kid you not. I'll tell you this. When I was in elementary school, I was little. My mama used to tell me to run. Bullets try to get you run. You fast, can't catch you.
God, that breaks my heart.
I never got caught. They couldn't catch me. I would run circles around you. When any sport came up that involved speed, everybody wanted me on their team. Didn't matter how big I was, they knew I was fast.
Right.
When it was kickball, oh yeah, they definitely wanted me there. Because you know what? I can kick hard enough, and believe you me, if the ball get out of hand, I get around the bases, I'm coming home. But we got in junior high school. He got himself backed into a corner. His mouth brought him a check that his butt couldn't cash. And he was backed into a corner, man. And something inside of me just wouldn't let me get it. It was a battle because he was about to get beat up by 3 dudes. And something inside of me said, "Oh man, he about to get payback for all them times he tried to get me." But then something else inside of me said, "Man, that ain't right to let that dude just kind of suffer through that." And long story short, both our mothers wound up at that school, and they thought this had carried over into junior high. And the principal sitting there looking at our mothers just scolding us, and we, black mothers, they don't care. They knock you out in public. They don't care. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And the principal walks up. He says, "Ladies, can I have a word with you?" They both turned around. What? Okay. And he said, "Those two weren't fighting each other. They were fighting them."
You guys teamed
And
up.
and from that day forward, man, we've been solid. And he's a diehard Cowboys man, man. He's rolled with them through their good, bad, and ugly times, But it is what it is. But when we lost this game, I just said, you know what, season's over. I couldn't think of a way that we can win any other game just because the offensive ineptitude. We start to get the run going, then we abandon it for the pass. And it's like you're throwing with a dude that doesn't. He's not setting his feet right. The man look, and then if you ever notice when you look at Nick Mo, he looks scared all the time. He
Right.
looks like he got a bully that's gonna beat him up and take his lunch money when he gets to the bench, like Javon Kinlaw over there waiting on him.
He probably is. I'm sure there's people lined up waiting for him when he gets back.
Probably looking over there. Hey Nick, I know you got some money. Come on, give me Nick.
I feel for Nick Mullins. I feel like he is capable, but he's so in his own head about it that he can't perform. Like he can't do it.
Yeah, it stops you because that's the same issue that Akello Witherspoon has.
Mm-hmm.
He had a great game.
Mm-hmm.
All accounts, fantastic game. He looked awesome. But he'll have like two of those, and then he'll have four straight where you just don't know what happened to him. He gets stuck in his own head and he doesn't understand exactly what's going on. But we did everything that we could against the Cowboys. It was definitely a very frustrating game. Because if you look at it just from a statistical standpoint, Nick Mullins, 21 out of 36 for 219 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions. And he got sacked twice. And randomly, CJ Beathard comes in, 5 out of 7 for 100 yards.
Right.
And a TD. So you stop yourself. You go, wait, what? And then guess who catches the damn touchdown pass? Kendrick Bourne.
Right.
Well, you got, and see, here's the thing. There's a love-hate relationship with Kendrick Bourne.
That's how I feel too.
You see Kendrick Bourne, you're like, man, that dude is something special. Then he drops that wide open pass, and you're like, what are you doing, KB?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I feel like in the situations where we need him to catch it, he can't, he doesn't. But then he can make a spectacular catch when it means nothing, but he can't make that one that we need. Like a third down pass, no. But first down,
here's the weird thing. He drops a lot of balls, but do you know that Kendrick Bourne, statistically, almost every pass he catches is either a first down or a touchdown.
Right.
That's crazy.
That is
red zone money because he caught that Hail Mary pass.
Yeah.
Whatever got it. And now believe me, there was at least about a good 4 or 5 Cowboys right there. And he came down. So it's crazy because you get that and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Why is this, why are we stuck with this? But on the flip side of things, you got Andy Dalton, 19 to 33, 209 yards and 2 touchdowns, and, then rushing, they had 2 TDs. Tony Pollard killed us because that man took off. Once he got loose, it was that was it. He was gone. Mm-hmm. And we struggled with that because he took off. And the stupid thing was I watched that play where he actually got free. That was just players running into each other. Somebody smacked Fred Warner. I'm like, what? You're not supposed to be tackling your own teammate. The other dude with the white jersey on running that way. You're supposed to. No. Can't. Dude, they don't get that part, man. And we had a heck of a time. And the funny thing is, the 2 touchdowns, we didn't when you look at the touchdowns, they were in short yardage situations. These dudes started in their own 20. on both of those touchdown passes. Other than that, Andy Dalton does nothing.
Right, right.
The whole game, the defense did everything that they could, and the offense just continually failed. Like I kid you not, I'm glad I'm not on the team because I'd be that person right as soon as we get into the locker room. I'd be like, look, we're gonna stop playing if y'all keep, screwing these games up. I'm not about to go out there and give them all, put my life on the line, what I'm saying, and put my health on the line for, my future to watch y'all fail. We can't keep getting y'all the ball back and then y'all wind up putting us in precarious situations. I get it, it's football, but good God, fix something, you know. Because I kid you not, like I couldn't be on the deal. I couldn't be on the team. Because I'd want, if I'm a defensive back and I pick the ball off, I'm gonna hand it to the quarterback and tell you better get me 3 or 6. One of the, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you fumble this ball, if you don't move this ball, I'm gonna be looking for you on the sideline.
You have to think there are people like that on the team. Like I have to, I have to think that.
Yeah, because it's weird because the dynamic is always projected as, hey, we're going to do this. Hey, we're going to do that. Hey, we're, we win as a team, we lose as a team. I guarantee you, when these dudes are by themselves, they ain't thinking that way. I guarantee you, because if you go out and you have a stellar game, but the rest of the guys around you just suck ass, and you continue you're doing that consistently, you don't think that's your fault?
Right.
I would.
Oh yeah.
That's like say you go beyond what you're doing right now with your mask. You know what I'm saying? And you start to branch out. You actually have your own factory where these joints is coming out. Somebody comes in and they say, hey, I want to partner with you from a business standpoint. And then they partner with you, but they ain't pushing out the kind of, production that you got. They ain't moving, as many masks as you moving. That make you start to think, okay, we're gonna have to sit down and have a meeting.
Right.
Why am I doing more than what you're doing? I get that that I started this, but at the same time, if you're coming in, you want to be a partner, you want a piece of the pie, and you need to do your fair share of work to be able to get that.
Exactly.
So it's the same thing with a football team. You get frustrated because you're like, man, I'm out here putting my life on the line, literally. This is a gladiator sport. I don't care how many pads and how many helmets you wear. CTE is real, concussions are real, and you can get yourself injured. And as we've seen before, you can get killed on the field.
Right. Well, then this adds even like another level to that with COVID. So it's like I'm out here risking my own health for you, and you're gonna play like shit. Why am I here?
But that don't make no sense. So it becomes frustrating. And I know these guys are out there saying, hey, we're never gonna tank, we're never gonna do this, we're never gonna do that. But at the same time, man, you gotta stop. You got to stop and think to yourself, man, I'm not going to push that hard because I believe Jerry Rice had gave advice to another player. And what he was saying was, forget all of the macho, stuff. If you want to make your career last, take less hits. See, people, there was a player by the name of Chris Johnson. He used to play for the Tennessee Titans. He was a running back. People used to be mad at Chris Johnson because Chris Johnson would avoid contact. But you know what Chris Johnson did? He ran for 2,000 yards.
Right.
And I think there's only AP and Eric Dickerson are the only 2 other players outside of Chris Johnson to run for 2,000 yards. And you know how he did that? By avoiding unnecessary hits. If you got to go, you're standing between me and the end zone, or I'm trying to rock your world. Mm-hmm. But if I already know that I ain't about to get no more yardage out of this, I'm about to run out of bounds. You know why? It's so cupcake of a league. If I get out of bounds and you shove me and I flop hard enough, that's an extra 15 yards I don't have to run.
Exactly.
Like, your career longevity is just basic because the best ability is availability. When you injured, you become less valuable. Because you got to think about it. When you play football, you are a commodity. You're a tradable commodity. Is exactly what you are. You think of yourself as a stock. And you raise your stock by playing well. Your stock gets lower by doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You sitting on the bench every year you come out. Look at Jason Verrett. When he first came into the league, I wanted him. I was praying we took him. and the Chargers took him right before us. I called my boy and I cussed him out. Why you take Jason Barrett, damn it? I needed him. He said, why? I said, because we ain't had no top tier cornerback like that. And then what happened? Injury after injury. You got the talent, man. You just couldn't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. And now look at him right now.
He's doing great.
Pro Bowl snub. Didn't make Pro Bowl. Yeah. I don't understand how a player that played that great didn't make Pro Bowl. That'll make absolutely no damn sense. So you see how it is. And then you have other players that just can't stay on the field. Just continue to get injured. Mm-hmm. Look at Jalen Hurd. That play he made in preseason for the Cowboys, that set 49er faithful on fire.
Right.
You know where he been? On the bench for 2 years. Back problems and a torn ACL. I don't care how much talent you got. If you ain't on the field, you ain't worth much to me.
Right.
Nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? So these last 2 games are going to be really, really tough. But as 49er faithful, we will continue to watch. We will continue to be frustrated. Probably going to cry and drink ourselves to sleep every now and then.
That's right.
Whatever your drink of choice is, you're going to have to get it ready these last couple.
Right. And get backups too.
Yeah, right? If you like to have beer, you might as well just buy yourself a case.
That's right.
The people buy extra for them and keep the case for yourself. Because I tell you right now, I don't see us beating DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray and Chase Edmonds. And
I can't stand Kyler Murray. I can't. He reminds me of like a baby Russell Wilson. Like they play the same, and they get the same penalties called on them too. Like they draw those same flags. I can't with them.
Right, you're right. See, DeForest Buckner before he left, he gave him the perfect nickname. He called him a little squirrel. He's like a little squirrel running around there in the back. Yeah. And the one thing I can say about Arizona is I appreciate them letting us come and play in their home.
Right. I'll give them that, but
I'll give them that much. Hey, thank you for allowing us to be in your house. But that's about it. It just this next game coming up is definitely going to be a hard one. And just because we've had such a ridiculously bad season, us winning a game with C.J. Beathard just doesn't look likely. I don't see him doing anything. And for people getting hype about Josh Rosen, remember, we signed him from a practice squad because we just didn't have a backup. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we weren't going after him. So if you're looking to see him on this team next year, you probably will not. There's one thing sometimes the fans will get that they'll look at these dudes and, oh, man, he could do this. He could do. Okay, Josh Rosen was good when he was at UCLA. And he wasn't really spectacular, and I know because I'm a UCLA fan. Mm-hmm. I'm from Los Angeles. My uncle went there, and he turned me into a UCLA fan for any and everything. But since he's translated into the pros, really hasn't done much.
Right.
So don't get too hype about him being there. This next game that we might have Kittle back. Might. And if we do, I still think there is no reason to put him on the field. Mm-hmm. I honestly would just tell him, hey, we shut you down. Put him on IR.
Yeah, they should. They should. I think it would be really dumb to bring him back and risk him getting injured for real. Like these
injuries. No reason. Yeah, these injuries that we've had, little Nixon,
right?
Things that you can get by and move on with. But say he come back to our ACL. Now he's way back. He missed the training camp. His next year is going to go back to normal. They're going to allow you. I'm telling you right now, because the NFL is so hell-bent on making money, because these are billionaires. And I tell you right now, if there's one thing that I learned early in life, I worked in Beverly Hills. These people love their money. Right. And they even making it. The thing I learned in high school was residual income. Make your money make money for you. So you will have people that will go ahead and, they're going to try to put butts in the seats. I guarantee you those stadiums are not going to be empty next year. Because if you leave it to me, if you were trying to really be smart about COVID, you let the stadium be probably at about 30, maybe 40% capacity. even 50% capacity, you still have people spread out enough.
Mhm.
You know, and there's contingency plans that you can put in place. But then again, you got people who are stupid. They don't know how to wear their mask. They feel like thing to do. You know, you got people out there to support, you know, someone that will not be named who is eventually leaving in 2 weeks. And I'm gonna laugh and drag them
Can't
out of there.
get
I'm telling you, I would be crying. I want them to that on the news. You know, last day in office, and we have to take it on a stretcher. But that's what's gonna happen. You know it. He's still kicking and screaming as it is.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just going to be a situation where, you know, you don't want them to waste that time. And next year, they're going to find a way to get people in the stadium
Mm-hmm.
because SoFi Stadium opened this year. And you think about it. You know how much money that stadium is costing them?
Right.
A lot of damn money you put into that. And y'all couldn't put no butts in the seats. Yeah, it's not good. So what'll happen is, I can tell you this, because Disney pushed back against California because they were like, "Yo, I understand y'all shouldn't be. Look, y'all got to figure this crap out, man. We're losing too much money." Because downtown Disney was the only thing open, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So people who have Disney fix, my wife is a huge Disney fan. She loves Disney, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff is shut down. You can't get nothing, can't do anything, can't go nowhere. Now with this vaccine being rolled out, they're gonna start saying, "Look, once this get to the public, we open it up."
Right. And they're just waiting.
Yeah, they just waiting. All right, it's been administered to the public. All right, this is covered by your health plan. Let's go. Open the doors. Let the floodgates in. You may still have mask, you know, things that are there, but you know they may still tell you, "Hey, wear your mask." You know, they may even lighten up on it to an extent, certain places. But at the end of the day, once that gets out to the public, most of these business owners are gonna bust their doors wide open because they're gonna say we can't keep losing money
Right.
because you destroyed, you know how many small businesses you destroyed livelihoods when you just shut everything down. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have, you know, because you got to protect people's lives. But at the end of the day, once they know that that's there, those NFL owners are gonna find a way. Did you see certain places? I think it was Cincinnati, Dallas, Arizona. They allow a few people in there. They say, "Hey, we can get something." You may not be able to get too many beers. You know, you might have one central location for everything. You're here, you can watch a game. You're gonna pay for it. You know. What is my opinion on the Jets beating the Rams? I feel like it's laughable. You gave New York Football Jets their first win of the season. Matt, that's hilarious. It's
That's hilarious.
hilarious. I love it. I love it because anytime the Rams embarrass themselves, it's funny to me. You know why? Because we whooped their ass twice this year.
That's right.
And the cool thing is, first game, we you know, basically Debo, you know, Mr. Aaron Donald. Debo Samuel. Who are you talking about? I don't know what that is. Oh, you know who Debo.
Exactly.
No.
Give him. I can't stand Aaron Donald for that. Like, give him the respect. Really? He ran he ran all over you. Ran laps around you. 2 games.
That's my thing. I'm like, come on, bro. Really? You about to sit up here and like you don't know who Debo Samuel is when he ran over your damn team and made sure y'all had no chance of winning the game? The man who basically made y'all look bad that whole game. Come on, Aaron. Come on now. Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron. You got to get it better. Like he know better than that, man. You know. No, I didn't say that Disney owned the stadium, Matt. Disney does not own the stadium. But those are things, man. You know, and we unfortunately lost a real Debo this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard. That was really hard, man. When I heard that, and I met him before. He's actually he's a gentle giant, nicest people ever. And his wife is ridiculously short, and she runs him like nothing. You know, she runs him like nothing. It is. It's crazy. You know, but I mean, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show. Once again, everybody, this is at a special Sonia. You know what I'm saying? You check out the Etsy, check her out on Twitter. Hit her in the DMs. You can go to her Twitter page, and if you go there, she has the link for the mask. Once again, let me show you what these are. So it's a 49er mask. You got a 54. You got the 49er logo. She does masks for basically the Bay Area. Okay, so even if we could get E40 to get her a mask, you know what I'm saying? He made us our song, our Bang Bang Niner game. 40 got to get himself one. You know what I'm saying? He a warrior. 40 Sonya got you on that. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that, if we get those kind of plugs, we can definitely, make sure her business is just expanding. But thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to get out of here, get myself some food. I appreciate you for taking the time out. Glad that we were able to get a Lady Niner fan on here, and then someone as well to be able to help promote their business. I have a few people watching. I'm not ridiculously huge on YouTube, but believe you me, I got plenty of Niner fans that watch me and appreciate the show. So if that hopefully brings you more business, then definitely, I hope that.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, because it's just all about supporting everybody. Everybody got their own hustle, their own struggle. So I'm glad you were able to join me. And thank you for everyone watching. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful evening. Stay blessed, stay faithful, stay safe. And remember, if you need a mask, that's the person that you hit up right there. It should get you safe. And my mask came quickly, people. That's the other thing that I want to tell y'all. It did not take forever. My mask came just like that. You know what I'm saying? And she'll put a little card in there and let you know how she really appreciates you when you buy the mask. That's definitely something that you don't get from most places when you buy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially from online. They just take your money and run. Sonya yours came by boat, John?
That's crazy. How'd that happen?
I don't know how the hell River Craycraft delivered his mask to him. That's how he came. He wasn't talking about it coming by boat. River Craycraft showed up at his house, and that's what he did. He rode his River Craycraft boat all the way over there and dropped it off to John B. That's what he did. But thank you everyone for watching. Do appreciate everything. Sonya, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Appreciate you joining the show. Remember, y'all, check her out at the Special Sonya on Twitter. She's got her Etsy link in her bio, and right there on her page. If you need anything for Warriors, Giants, she says she's gonna start doing some Oakland A's stuff. And if you need anything 49ers, definitely this is the lady to hit you up. You can definitely be fashionable and stay safe. Y'all have a wonderful evening.